May I remind you that trading is risky and not suitable for everyone. Your past performance, good or bad, is not necessarily indicative of future results. Please stay small, stay humble, focus on the long term, and never risk money you cannot afford to lose. Welcome to QuantBox Daily. Today is Monday, November 21st. Happy Monday, my friends. I hope you had a lovely weekend and that you're ready for a great week ahead. Maybe this week we get some opportunities and our patience from last week pays off. I hope that you spent time journaling. So if you made any trades last week that you lost, you went back and had a look at why you lost them. You've corrected those mistakes and you're ready to improve on those errors this week. For those of you who remained patient last week, well, let's hope that this week brings us opportunities that we were waiting for. So starting off with QuantBox, here we are at quantbox.co, the amazing quantitative analytical tool brought to us by QuantBox, backed by Wayne McDonald. A really amazing tool that gives us everything we need to create a fundamental bias. Have a look at euro dollar. We've got an update. So last week we spent a lot of time on euro dollar with a neutral bias. We've now gone back to a sell. Now remember I said to you, pay attention to all the data over here and how we had lots and lots of red. Well, that meant that I remained a bear on the euro dollar, and I'm glad I did. We'll have a look at the charts in a moment, but you can see here the fundamental bias for a sell remains. Okay. So taking a look at the upcoming news today, we got some low impact news coming out of the various European countries this morning. We've got some low and some other low tier news coming out of various European countries. We've got some medium and low tier news coming out of this, well, some medium news coming out of the States later this morning, about 6 hours from now. Some more low tier news out of Europe. And then some low tier news out of the States and Europe. So a pretty quiet day for news. Nothing really major happening there. So technicals will play a role today. As far as pound dollar is concerned, we still have a neutral bias on pound dollar. We've got some low tier news coming out of the UK later this morning. A bit of a mix in terms of colors on the score summary over here. Looking at USD CAD, we've got a buy bias. We'll look at that in a moment. Aussie USD, neutral. Kiwi dollar is a buy. Interesting. Then for the yen pairs, Aussie yen coming through neutral. CAD yen coming through neutral. Euro yen coming through as a buy, pound yen coming through neutral, and then Kiwi yen as a buy. So Kiwi yen matching Kiwi dollar. Of course, not looking to buy any yen pairs at the moment because of where they are positionally. We'll take a look at technicals in a moment. Euro Swissy, sell. Aussie Swissy, neutral. New Zealand Swissy, buy, and then CAD Swissy, buy. All right. Let's take a look at technicals. So jumping over to MT4, let's start with Aussie USD. So as we can see, okay, on the daily time frame, you can see price coming down. Well, you know, we did say this is not a place to buy, so good thing you didn't. In terms of price giving us any kind of structure, as you can see, we're still range bound. All right, so price came down, price pulled back up. I didn't get any role reversals. You can see here, price came down, broke below this support over here. And then price broke that resistance. Price has now come down below that support. But the problem is looking at the 4-hour candle, look at how we still are contained within a range. Now sitting at the 55 EMA. All I'm looking for here, friends, is just give me a lower low, give me a lower high, and I'm interested in taking a trade. Now, the interesting thing about this week is that we have opened in position for the week. You can see we opened up between the weekly central and the weekly M2. And so positionally, not a great place to be buying. Well, not a great place to be selling. I'm not looking to buy either because of my daily time frame. You can see there, certainly not looking to buy over here. So it looks like a bit more patience is going to be required this week. Of course, you know, I'm going to wait for price to make that lower low, get that lower high. In the meantime, I'll continue paying attention to price action. So the same patience you had last week for good reason is to be employed today. And really, in terms of like, what do I need to see to indicate that I'm looking for an opportunity to trade? Well, right now, the only thing I can think of is based on where price is. Price either continues to fall down, which is fine because I can get a pull back up to resistance and hopefully take that trade in the future if that happens. Alternatively, price coming all the way back up to some level of resistance in terms of the top of the range. Remember, when price is ranging, you can sell at the top of the range. If price is trending, you sell at the role reversal. And right now, we're not at the top of the range. So I'm going to have to wait for this to set up over the coming days and just see what Aussie dollar USD has in store for us. Moving on to euro dollar. We can see here, same situation. Again, not looking to buy here because of that profit-taking zone. Glad I didn't. And now we can see sort of different to the Aussie dollar, but actually pretty much the same. This is the 4-hour candle. This is the London bias candle. Take a look and see we're still stuck inside a range. Okay, these wicks do count. And price still range bound. So you can also see that when price broke below this support over here, we never got to pull back to that resistance. Okay. So I'm waiting for this to give me some kind of structure, give me some kind of role reversal. Now, of course, what's very possible, price opening in position for the week for a buy, although I'm a bear. So therefore, you know, price could continue breaking further down. At some point, I'd like to see price pull back to resistance and then sell that. Alternatively, price moves up to the top of the range and I can sell there. Either way, right now, I'm not in that position to make either of those trades. So I'm going to continue waiting on euro dollar as well. In terms of pound dollar, we can see here also moving down. Once again, not buying anything last week. And you can see here also still very much range bound. So we're going to continue waiting on pound dollar as well. In terms of Kiwi dollar USD, still above the profit-taking zone from a monthly perspective and still very range bound in terms of the H4 perspective. So I'll continue waiting for Kiwi dollar as well. USD CAD. So USD CAD coming off that profit-taking zone on Friday, we were looking for price to close at the support over here for the New York session. You can see that we did not get that. Price, you can see price breaks that support. We had a green candle, a green candle. I was looking for price to close at that support, not break that support. So I'm not in this trade because price breaking that support is quite significant. Okay, I expect price to come all the way back down again. So we'll have a look and see what happens with USD CAD. Aussie yen, we remain very choppy on the daily. CAD yen, very choppy down here. You can see it's still stuck in that range over there. Euro yen, we remain range bound. And pound yen, also still range bound. And Kiwi yen, still range bound. There will come a time at some point when we will have opportunities to trade these. Right now, that is not the time. I know that being patient is very frustrating, but you know it's more frustrating? Being impatient and losing money. Don't lose money. The markets are going to start moving again. How long will it take? We don't know, but it will happen. If you're patient, you keep your powder dry, unless there are opportunities. If there are opportunities, take them. But make sure if you're in a range, you're selling at the top of a range or buying at the bottom of a range. If you're in a trend, you're buying, if you're a bull, at bullish roll reversals, and you're selling at bearish roll reversals. If you maintain that level of control in your trading, you won't have a problem. All you have to do is just be patient and wait for the right opportunities and make your money work for you. Remember, getting lucky today, if you can't be consistent, means all you'll do is just lose that money tomorrow, and that's not going to grow your account. So I hope that you stay disciplined, stay patient, and stay liquid. We'll continue looking at the market throughout this week. I don't see anything that's going to particularly set up for New York today, so I probably won't do a New York follow-up. But of course, I'm always looking at the charts. So if anything stands out, I will post a follow-up to this session. Otherwise, I will see you guys tomorrow morning. Have a great day, my friends. All the best.